Hello everybody, my name is Magnus and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 1. I accidentally pressed start streaming before. We're not going to do that anymore. This is going to be a regular recording. This is already starting out great. Wonderful. Last time we actually just entered chapter 2, Spirit of the Holy Spring, and we didn't do anything in this town yet, but there's Boken over here. I just did 3 minutes of going through everything, so I'm not going to go do all of what's here. So I'm just going to kind of show you everything here. Here's Boken. You'll see him later on. We'll see the circus come up in here in a little bit. You've got the show here. First time. Well, actually, we'll show the show this time. Let's see what they have for us. There's 4 people watching this show. It's great. Oh, look, that's a guy that looks like me. Take that, you Gardenia wimp, and that, and that. Hey. Please don't kill me, mighty Runefaust Knight, please. You're too weak to live, you lowly worm. Take that. Aye, you've killed me. So shall Runefaust's foes always fall. Pow, bang, smash. And everybody claps. Of course, you get defeated. Apparently, everybody hates Gardenia, the very peaceful town. I'll just... The actors either like or hate the rules based on who wins. Of course, you aren't going to win. So, although they really dress up the characters well because they look exactly like you. Let's see if they have anything new for us. Oh, that's not weapons. Is the other shop weapons? I thought this one was. 101 ways to cook dragon. We don't have enough dragons to cook them. Love those spices and many more books. You know what? I don't think I've actually seen that. It's the first time that I'm actually just registering that in my head. So then this guy. There we go. And no deals yet. We'll get those later. Okay, so I have plenty of middle swords. Does everybody that I have a bronze lance? No, they each have a bronze lance. I don't think I need any weapons here. Or, well, let's see if they have any axes. No, oh, power staffs. I'm not going to go get these because they are very expensive. But if you needed more firepower with your guys, so if you just have a bunch of healers and mages, which I do, you can use power staves, and they will suddenly become just as powerful as your warriors. They're like one of the best items that throws a real big curve there for the enemy. And we got a speed ring. Speed ring, it's only very useful. I think it has a secondary Egress effect if you go through and use it, so it won't be using it at all. And but it also has whoever's holding it or equipping it, they will... I can't speak apparently. Their agility will be raised. I give that to Chris all the time because she starts off really slow, so she's always behind people. I'd rather her go kind of in the middle of turn. When I get older, I have a shop of my own. Sure you will, kid. Sure you will. So it doesn't actually tell you all the things that you need to do here, but you're supposed to be trying to get a ship. So you try to talk to the mayor here. Yes, I am the mayor. Cain of Runefaust bought all our ships and sailed away. So sorry, no ships are left. My ship? You can't have it. Now please leave. That's about it. So he doesn't give you the ship, so you've got to figure out another way. Oh, look. Hey, that guy looks important. Whew, it's heavy and hot. That is Gunts. We won't see him for a little bit after this, but he's very, very useful. Croc the Genius, that's me. Look at my steam suit. Gunts, walk over here. It still doesn't seem right. Silence! Just do as I ask. Okay. Moves, and he's stuck. It stopped. Not again. Oh dear, well, Back to the old drawing board. Monocytes, do witches really float? Right next to each other. This game does have some sense of humor. Inventions and inventors, suits of armor, and more. Topical. Very topical here. Oh, hello. That Dr. Croc, a brilliant man, but no common sense. Is that your husband? Is you just holding him here? I don't know what you're doing with there, that lady. Secrets of the Universe, Eerie Science, and many more. Home Alchemy Handbook, Lead to Gold, and vice versa. Fantastic. I'm glad that they enjoy alchemy and enjoy Full Metal Alchemist. And we'll go through and save before going on to the next battle. Actually, do I need to raise anybody? Oh, Hans. I left some people dead. Oh, that's interesting. Not like it was going to be any use of us to us anyway. Yes, we'll go through and save. So, yeah, so I ended up pressing start streaming instead of start recording. And at some point in time, I may live stream a playthrough of Shining Force 1, but right now I'd just rather record it. I'm doing my live stream Shining Force 2, and if I'm going to live stream, I'm just going to stick with that so I can finish it out. I'm actually not that, I don't have that much more left in that game. I think about 2/3 of the way through now, but with Shining Force 1, I'd rather just have the recording. For right now. I'll pick it up later on, because I enjoy the games enough to play them 5 billion times, really. I play them in different styles each time too. So, and actually in another game you'll see that I have 2 other games of Shining Force 1 popping up in my save file. The first one is a completed game, Chapter 8. Another one is just a full-on magic user's run. So the only person that's allowed a weapon is Max, and everybody else is not allowed a weapon. So anybody like Xylo and everything I can still use, which is great because Xylo really carries everything. But there's not that many people that are unarmed. And also, one of those is Adam, which is very, very hard on me because you just have to keep grinding. And I'm okay with grinding some. I haven't done it in this Let's Play, but I'm okay with grinding some. But he just takes grinding to a whole new level. We'll get to him when we get to him here. It's going to be a little bit. We're not going to see him for a long time. Now this map, I didn't go over it yet, so we don't have any new allies, but we do have some new enemies. And this battle is very, very large and annoying. You're going to see that a lot of Shining Force 1 maps are kind of like this, and that's kind of the downfalls of the gameplay. So you start off having one path over here that's very quick that you guys can go through, but it takes you a while to get there. You at least have to take 2 turns, even with your fastest units, to get over to the combat. And around it is all of these forests. Then you have a single choke point here. You could try to make it over the mountains up here, but that doesn't usually work. You have a single choke point here, and inevitably what you have these 3 dwarves, and then all of the bats will come swooping down, sleeping your team, and it's very annoying here. And then you have a couple of turns, or a few turns to come up to here, because this is all desert and slows you down immensely against the archers and the mage, who have an advantage since they're ranged units against you. And then you have to continue to trudge through the desert and fight these zombies. Now, the zombies, very powerful in their attack in comparison to most things that we fought before. High in defense, a decent amount of HP. They're pretty hard for us. We won't be too bad because we have Ace in a Hole, Teo, although she only has a little bit of magic MP. She's not at a level that I would normally be at, I don't think. So her MP is a little low for my normal playthroughs, but not too bad. And nobody really has that much attack. You can see, I mean, it's with a spear, but they just don't have it. Even Max and Gort and Luke, Nothing. What about Gong? How is my Gong in this one? It's not too bad. But it's a very long, kind of tedious going through. And then you have these enemies. The mages are really annoying and try to kill them quick, but those zombies will get you too. So this will be a difficult one. Oh boy, and here's Gort. So it's definitely interesting because my other playthrough, I'm not doing the same thing. I'm allowing myself to grind and to use Egress and everything because it takes a lot to do that type of playthrough. I was using guys that were just punching for 1 damage for so long because you don't really have that many magic users in the beginning. So it was like Max, Gong, and then Teo, Lo, and Chris, who weren't allowed stabs, so it just it became punch, 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 punch. Teo was a beast and had to pretty much carry the entire team. And I had to do that for a while because there's no way that her and Max there can take on everything by themselves without grinding a bit. Although it's less than some because everybody else is not gaining any levels. They're only doing singular points of damage. And Lo, always lagging behind. So my general strategy in this is to try to set myself up to kill the dwarves right off the bat, and then try to move past them. If I can make that choke point wider, I will, because what you don't want is for you to be stuck on this side of the bridge, have all of your guys grouped up here, then just have the bats coming down and sleeping you and attacking you on this edge. You want to push forward, get around, and be able to move and surround the bats. Because if you only have them here, maybe 1 or 2 people will be able to fight them, and because you miss so much, it'll just take forever. If you're able to kind of get on the other side, fight them in open ground, you just fare a lot better. So that's what they're going to do. The AI is, again, very non-aggressive over here. Once you cross that bridge, they'll become very aggressive and start charging, at least the initial group. Next level, Han should actually gain some sort of point in something. Super exciting. Alrighty, I think I'm going to go through and start... Good if I starting to toss a spear at that dark dwarf. I think this one moves first. So if they move towards May, might be able to get a good hit on them. I'll save Teo. I need her for the zombies. Also, this is the first time that you're going to see enemies that are weak to a specific type of spell. So zombies are weak to fire. So they'll take more damage from it. I think it's like 25% more. Ooh, nice. Good job, Max. Could have been a better level up, but I'm working with that. This is exactly what I need. Okay, so now I've kind of blocked the enemy off from blocking me, which is perfect. We're going to try to get rid of these dark dwarves so we can focus on the bats later on. The less enemies around, the better, because then they stop blockading your guys. But in case, whenever a spell's more effective, I think it's about 25% more damage. It's either 25 or 50 more. But does more damage, so it's always a good thing. And they also, if an enemy has a weakness, it also has a resistance. And you'll notice the color of the enemy does matter most of the time. Here, I don't think the zombies have any difference in there. I don't think they have any resistance. They just have the weakness. But you'll notice that a bluish or purplish enemy will generally have a resistance to freeze spells, and red or orange will have a resistance to fire and have a weakness against the other one. And Bolt, nobody really has resistance against Bolt, with the exception of bosses. We haven't fought an actual boss character yet, but you'll see that soon. Once you actually go through and fight a boss character, they're actually resistant to magic, which makes it very annoying. because those are usually your high damage dealers, especially later on. Alrighty. Well, now that we've got this, I might actually want to take out that giant bat now. I'm going to attempt to, because if I can take him out, or yeah, if I can take this out, and make this battle so much easier. And there we go. Maze being very useful. Of course you would do that. Okay, still keeping Teo back. And we'll kill off that Dark Dwarf. Again, less enemies around the better. Good job, Ken. My HP tank. A little bit more attack. A little bit of defense. Another 5 HP. Fantastic. It's a little bit dangerous to put Chris here, especially since she's still level 2, but need to get that experience. There we go. And Hans is being useless. I know this is not the last battle with bats, unfortunately. You're gonna have... Unfortunately, this game, they just love to have their bats in the game. I don't understand it. I guess it's they thought it was a fun enemy to have around. But I just find them super annoying. I mean, I get a couple of battles with it to kind of teach you about status effects and, hey, they're a flying type enemy, but they revisit it. It's weird. You get sea bats later on, which are really good enemies for the experience they give, but it's still just annoying. And low all the way in the back. Gong's all the way back too, which is actually kind of just... it's not good for me, because I need Gong to end up being a higher level. He needs to gain some experience. Actually, how much experience does he need? Yeah, he needs some kills. Maybe I'll give that bat to him. That's what I'll do. As you know, I've been playing, I know I talk about it a lot, but I've been playing Fire Emblem a lot lately, and seeing videos and everything on it, and I kind of compare, like, the visuals and everything. For one, I think around the same time as this, I don't know if it was, but I think games like Genealogy, the Holy War, and Thracia 776 were around the same time, and you know, I think this game just looked so much better for its time period. It means competing with the Super Nintendo. This is the Sega Genesis that's out, and it is. I mean, just look at this for you know, early 1990s, competing with a Nintendo of all places, who's the king. Now we'll keep her back over here. Who's the king, you know? And they're putting out just fantastic graphics and processing power and everything else with it. And it's a great game. I mean, some minor things may kind of look better, but you can't argue the quality that you're getting in this type of a game. I mean, this just looked awesome at the time. Looked fantastic. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through and equip a spear, chip down that giant bat. Unless I get a critical or two hits, I shouldn't kill it. I'll just miss. That's fine. I want Gong to be able to kill it, but I don't think he can kill it quite yet. But we'll see. And it'll become a little bit better once we get the power ring. Oh, one off. That's okay. I'm not too bad right now. But we'll get the power ring soon, where that'll increase his attack. Alrighty. Let's see if we can kill this other one. Dark Dwarves are a lot less annoying. And, yeah. And I can use some guys being hurt for my healers gaining experience. Good old water. Okay. Come on, Luke. There we go. It's a little bit behind what I would expect, but not too bad. There's nobody I'm able to get. Is there anybody that's over here that's injured? Nope. I only have level 1 too. No, that's disappointing. I guess we'll keep him in the forest to defend him. I really wish they gave you a decent healer in the beginning, but it just looks like they decided to annoy instead. I don't really want to kill this Dark Dwarf, but I also don't want to spend 2 turns with Gong. He can heal on the way. Just need him to kill the bat. Think about it, I probably should have left him the Dark Dwarf, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Some good healing. My normal candidates, Max and Ken. How many more heals do I need to do? That's the other thing. Healers are a reliable experience, but it's still really, really slow. Let's start moving up and seeing if I can draw down some of the enemy over there. That bat will keep homing onto Max as long as it can. I found that the AI tends to attack somebody that's next to them unless they know they can get a kill somewhere else. And even then, sometimes they'll still hunt. They'll still attack the guy that's right next to them. So it does make it a little bit easier to manipulate the AI if you're like, hey, I'm just going to keep a semi-weak person next to them. That way they just keep attacking. And you don't have to worry about it. Come on, Gong. Yes. No misses here. There you go. Still on 34 experience. Is level 3. Now, then the zombies and everybody are going to get into formation. And you need 2 heals. Okay. Okay, I got enough guys that are, damaged by 1 point. I'll have him or her go through and use a medical herb. This is the other bad part about Chris is not a lot of MP to start with, so it's hard to. You can't even get 3 healing spells. They kind of just taunt you with that 8 MP. So that's very frustrating when you only get 2 of them off. But I guess that's what medical herbs are for. Now, desert is very rough on your guys. Your cavalry are only moving 1 space, I think, through, and most of your other guys are moving 2. Oh, no, they can move 2. But they're obviously severely disadvantaged from it. Hold on a second. No. Oh, yeah, there's just the 1 there. Yeah. Gong will heal it. There we go. But this is... Shining Force 1 has a problem with terrain. I do not see... If you watch my playthroughs, Shining Force 2, you'll see that it's actually fairly well balanced out. There are very few maps that are really hindered by terrain. But in this game, there are a ton that are. And that makes anybody that can move through terrain easier, even just slightly. It makes them so much more useful. They're really just ridiculously useful in these games. Or in this game here. Forgot that sniper is still doing a good amount of damage. You gotta be careful with that mage. Oh, no, what? He double turned me. But that's okay. He went after Max. They will go after Max. 9 times out of 10, they'll go after Max when they can. Okay, we're gonna see if we can hurt this archer before it kills Max. Okay, so I'm going to move him over here. That way he can get healed later on. And he can take out that sniper. And I'm away from the sniper and the mage. I think I can take another blaze too. But I cannot take another sniper hit. And I'll put myself not into a full T formation for the mage to have fun. So you see now that the mages are becoming regular enemies. I'm going to start worrying about my formations. I'm kind of lined up poorly in some ways, but I'd rather only 2 people take damage, if that means I could output more, rather than just the 1. And we'll do that. The mage can't reach me. And here we go. Now, this type of formation where you're seeing kind of I can't select it yet, but where you see me kind of at the diagonals from each other, kind of using as a diagonal wall for them. It prevents them from getting to the guys in the back, as long as I don't stand right next to them. So it makes it a little bit easier to protect people, and I'm only taking, because they're going to generally go with their most powerful spell that they can. Actually, they're going to always go for that most powerful spell. So when they do that, they're going to be wasting their mana on one unit, only doing slightly more damage. And this will round out the entire line here. But these guys are not going to drain their MP too much. Some you are, but you want them to cause very little damage as you're going through. So you want to block off everything you can. And down goes that mage. So not too bad, as you can see. Not too bad of a threat. I'll move this here I'll move her here. That way Gong can heal somebody. And did you have... Yeah, you still have the 1, so I think this is your last medical... Yep, last medical herb, and I'll trade some around. That's why I always carry a bunch. And you'll see that some of these mages, they end up needing just a little bit of help with that even later on in the game. So it's unfortunate because they're way better than low, but low's the one with the most MP. So you kind of have to fight that battle. That's like the only thing that's good with them. Alright, and I think this is last heal before Gong levels up. So I'm wondering what it's going to get. Typically either get a damaging loadout or a magical loadout, but it's looking promising so far. Oh, attack by 1, defense by 2, hit points by 1, MP by 1. Oh, that was actually fairly balanced. Not necessarily that good, though, with him. As I mentioned before, what you really want him to do is spike in one way or another. Doing the rounded out levels makes him still just a jack of all trades, which is not good for him. We'll move over here. Give a medical herb down to Chris, and we'll start the trade chain. And there we go. Now we're going to actually start having... We have a good number of members. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to work with later, since we're going to be replacing everybody. I'm going to have to actually work out who technically joins first. And I think it's going to be that first name that pops up. I have to go back and watch, but it's going to be the first names that pop up. They're going to be in that exact order. So the one... when the group came, it's going to be the one that came first that's going to leave first. So out of Teo, Luke, Hans, and Ken, who was the first one. Again, I'll go back and see it, but it'll be interesting to see which one goes, because it actually really matters. And you know what? He's just going to go heal himself. I'm not too worried that I won't have any medical herbs, at least, to heal anybody when I get to those zombies. So I'm just going to kind of use them up and get some levels. It's the only good part about this desert map is it takes a while to get up there, meaning that your healers can kind of level up on the way. But you also get this type of effect where your guys are in their own way. because you're in that, you know, reduced AoE damage mode. Is there anybody here? No. Oh, Luke. Duh, Luke. There we go. We're gonna try to get Chris a level. I need Chris to get a level. She needs to get some MP. At least 1, so she can have 3 heals instead of 2. How much more does she need? 1 more. Okay, that's not bad. Go in here. There we go. Alright, now I have to count out squares. So they will still only move 2. 1, 2. And so that's what I'm going to stay out of. They'll move 2, and then they have a range of 2, which ends up being the same range as these guys, as the zombies. So you just generally have to worry about that as your threat zone. So that's their threat zone. So they can attack here. So I can move just underneath that. Okay, perfect. And what you see is I'm gonna go through and surround them in a way that I'm gonna have to draw them out. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to or not no way, because my fighters and mechs can move up forward. But it's gonna be very hard to go through and move them properly to get the good attack on them without ranged units and everything else. But you'll see what I'll have set up. Ooh, I could have healed Gort. Forgot about that. Yeah, I'll keep him over here. So my strategy is going to be try to surround the bottom guys and have my ranged units around to kind of move and assist. I'm going to bring Teo to the very bottom and move her up and try to get this grouping right here, because one, I want to get rid of the mage, and then I'll hit 2 zombies. It's kind of the perfect Blaze 2 cross section there. Yeah, she does have that. So, and then all my warriors will go move in for the strike. And I can move my guys kind of close to each other now, because they will be they're not in range of any magic or anything else at this point in time. Once I move forward, then I have to be very cautious about that, because those mages are going to really just weaken your guys. Oof! Oh my god! I don't care about attack, defense. Okay, that's cool. Speed by 1, MP by 4. Fantastic. Now I have 4 heals. But they're really there to weaken you so the zombies can kill you. So that's something you're going to have to worry about, because those zombies really are going to damage you a lot. Okay, keep them there. Again, there's a bunch of waiting, and that's why I don't like this one. Yeah, we'll keep Chris back a little bit. So Lo's actually going to be very good here, because he is full on his MP. So he's going to be our main healer as we do this. Okay, May will be over here. And May I'm counting as a ranged unit at this point in time. I'm going to deal 1 point of damage here and there. Yeah, so that spot's open. Ken I want right here. But I can't move him there yet. So this just takes a long time to get set up. So... Damn it, God. I shouldn't have moved him there. He's in the way of too many people. Keep Chris over there. Okay, so... Well, this is where I want Teo. You know what? Gong's in the back. And he has some medical herbs. Okay, yeah, he'll stay in the back, so he can heal. I can retreat some guys and heal as needed. Actually, I can move her over here. She's still out of threat range. Okay, so I need to keep Ken back here. I'll move Teo into that slot. And then I'll move Ken forward after I move Teo again, so it's going to have to be another turn. So this is what you get for not just charging into them. You get really boring, hey, setup turns. However, you do get the reward of making this battle so much easier by just allowing it to be a setup. Because the AI just does not want to fight you sometimes. Okay, here we go. Then I move Kane forward, or Ken, I keep calling him Kane. Ken forward there. It's bad that I call him Kane in here because this is a completely different guy and he's important. Yes, thank you. My wife is clapping for me because apparently I'm bad at this. Okay, so hopefully it should be Teo's turn soon. I just kind of want all the enemy to stand by real quick while I'm waiting. Okay, that's enough of them. And she's going to give a good old Blaze 2 right here. She is in danger with the zombies, but that's why I'm going to be trying to charge forward to my other guys. And, ooh! She got a critical on one of the zombies. 22 damage. So effective damage multiplied by even more. It's great. And 11 points of damage. Yeah, I think it's another 25%. It's really good. So killing a zombie, that was great. That was great. Do you want to move there? No, I do not need him there. Keep going out this way. See, now they're going to start charging. I do need to kill this zombie. So I'll take a Blaze 2 for both of them if I can kill that zombie. So you're going to have to start taking trades in this one. There's no avoiding it, but that's okay. Ooh, that's a nice defensive level up. It's normal for your warriors. Nope, load's not needed at this point. I don't want 3 of them. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move over here, because what I want them to do is, I want them to make a choice to see what they go after. They're going to go after more opponents or the weaker ones. And Han's still doing nothing. I can't take a second one. I forgot about that one. That's not good. I need Teo to do one more Blaze 2, and then it's worthwhile. And there's a perfect group right here. So I'm going to put Max here, and that should be fairly enticing for them. Ooh, nice critical. Still didn't kill the zombie, but nice critical. Unfortunately, they kind of left me out. Just going to move her over there. See if Ken can take it out. I don't think so. Because the land effect and everything. Yeah, it's only 1 point. It was worth a good try, though. If I could get rid of that zombie, then it would have been worthwhile to take that Blaze to the face. You know what? I'm making that very enticing. Ooh! Never mind. Teo's going to get her worth. Alright, so I can have her kill everybody. Well, not everybody, but those two. Or I could damage that zombie. And I think I'm going to take damaging the zombie since that one over there is just needs one hit. I need to damage this one. There we go. And Teo is extremely useful. I love Teo. She's just, especially throughout the beginning of the game, like the first half of the game, she is a powerhouse. Then she kind of peters off near the end, but really not concerned. And the zombie ran away. But she peters off near the end, but then she becomes a, reliable, casting a bunch of Blaze 4s on everything, doing a decent amount of damage to a single target, which is very useful. Just not against the bosses. I said well, it was going to be useful, and he's not. And the zombies have another effect. There it is. They can poison. Ooh. I'm going to move over here, and Luke is going to take out that Dark Mage. Now, I don't remember if they count as the bosses in this, so I wouldn't be surprised if the zombie goes away, too. Nope, doesn't. Okay, good. Hey, Hans will get a kill. Here we go. Maybe. He's got to hit first. There we go. I didn't even come out with any casualties in that one. That's actually really good. I must be getting better at this game. I know I'm not making the best decisions, but I must be getting better at it, at least. Welcome to Manarina, a land of magic and mystery. Would you care to explain what the hell went on out there? We're sorry about attacking you, but we thought you were from Runefaust. Do I look like the knight? Have you seen the play? Have you seen the play? So sorry about the attack. We can't be too careful in these troubled times. You summoned zombies on me. Feel free to wander as you please. What is wrong with you people? Oh yeah, there's a priest over here. Welcome, Mass. I've been expecting you. We'll go through it. Actually, I need to cure my poison. So if you don't cure your poison, it'll just stay with you for the next battle. So you just keep taking 2 points of damage every single turn, and it won't go away until you heal it. So that gets very annoying. But we'll go through this, and we're not going to go through the next battle, I don't think. Even though it's not... that one's actually not too long. But we'll see. We'll see how long it takes me to get through this. I like to show off everything in the game, because this game just has a great sense of humor, and it has a lot of hidden Easter eggs. It's so fun. Yes, I am Henry. What? What about Gardenia? And my father? Who are you? So if you don't remember from the beginning, Henry is actually the previous, or not the previous, the dead king's daughter. So you're actually going to Manarina, where she was in charge, in order to kind of, you're supposed to bring her back, I think, or at least have her join you. But I think you're supposed to bring her back. So, but she doesn't recognize you, because she shouldn't. Who are you? I don't have to listen to all this nonsense from somebody I don't even know. Go away now. Just a fair reaction. Wait, Princess Henry. Please listen to Max. Nova! This is Max. He is leading the fight against the Runefaust army. But, Father, the Sword of Light and Gardenia. Is it true, Nova? Yes, Your Majesty, it is all true, I'm afraid. I need time alone for a while. We understand, Your Majesty, but do not let your grief overwhelm you. I must be alone now. Max, Princess Henry is in great sorrow. Please go to her and talk to her. Remind her of her duty to Gardenia. I think I keep saying that wrong. It's Gardiana, and I'm gonna continue to pronounce it wrong, more than likely. Our people need her now. Yeah, it's Gardiana. I don't know why I added some letters in there. But yeah, why do I have to comfort her? What a mess. Won't people ever learn to not use blades inside? Heh. Mages. What's under here? Oh, this is great. Har har, you're just in time. Would you like to observe? I put a pirate accent on that because of the har har. Good, sit quietly and watch a master at work. I'm researching summoning demons, because that sounds like a great idea. Now I'm going to begin the experiment. I shall summon a dreadful thing from my worst nightmares. Come forth, O creature of darkness, I conjure you forth! Huh? You! When are you going to stop these tricks? Come home right now! Oops, sorry dear, I'll never do that again. Yes, I'll be good, honest. His wife is his worst nightmare. Spark level 2, Blaze level 4, and many more books. They don't even have Spark in here. So Spark is actually, I think, was it Shining in the Darkness? It's either Shining in the Darkness that has Spark, or I think number 3 has it. But yeah, they speak of that spell, but they don't actually have it in here. And I forget if it was supposed to be a replacement for Bolt or not. Or if it's just translation error, it's supposed to be Spark and it's Bolt. Beneath this building lies a cavern of darkness, a horrible place, they say. Have you already seen the Pool of the Ancients? No, the pool lies beneath this building. They say it speaks, but only to a chosen few. Huh. I wonder who those... If we are those chosen few. Oh, yeah, they don't have everything written in here. I'm not going to talk to everybody. I'm going to go to some key points here, though. Alright, so... If you're like me and you go through and search for everything, you'll end up finding inside of this machine, it's a Domingo egg. This is going to be useful later. It's one of the best characters in the game. I love having this character. I don't like what they did to have you get him, because who knows to search that, but hello, don't usually get guests in here. I thought it'd be rather strange, you know. Yeah, it's a little weird that they put that in there, but, you know, reward you for searching. Where am I? Don't tell anyone I got lost. I'm too old to get lost. We'll go down there in a second. Here, it's got a portrait, so you know it's important. My name is Arthur. I used to be a knight. I'm not really a battle type. I like it here. We'll pick him up later. I know my duty now, Max. It is to hunt Cain down and make him pay for what he did. I'll fight with you. I'm sure that's what my father would want me to do. And we gain another mage. Henry is awesome. We'll go over her in a second. They should put the portrait back up. But I'll be at headquarters. Vengeance shall be ours. She's all about vengeance. I forget. I think it's after the battle you pick him up. Yeah, it is. He's doing laundry, by the way. He's actually doing laundry. The game has confirmed this. This place is too busy. I can't do my research. Yeah, there wasn't anything interesting down here. Kind of go up. Push that mage down. Go away! Only cute animals get past me. And here's the blaze room. Drat, I'm not as good a view from down here. Better climb back up. And he falls. I'll make it someday. Now he's stuck here forever. And of course, because I have to do it, let's see why that guy says the only cute animals is important here. Welcome to my research room. I change humans into animals. Care to give it a try? Very good. Let's start right away. Please stand here. I can't speak. Now let's begin. And you turn into a hen. Yes, success with a tasty-looking hen. And everybody wants to eat you, apparently. What in the world is a hen doing here? Shoo, shoo. What's up, hen? I like Arthur. Oh yeah, I did need to go up that way. What in the world is a hen doing here? Shoo, shoo. Yeah, they do say different things because you are a hen. Whee! Well, what a cute little hen. Go on through. And then you kind of go through. There's no actual reward for this, but... Old gut turned you a hen, that's easily fixed. It's more of just something to do here. It's always fun. Alright, come on. It is a bit slow for the transformations, though. But it's little things like that that make this entertaining. You did well to reach this room. Have you ever heard of a place called Shade Abbey? No. It was founded long ago by folk from Guardiana. They know much of the ancients. The history of Shade Abbey and Guardiana, and many more books. Huh, I guess that's how we knew. Not that they tell you anything else. But that's for later. Mystery of the Shining Path. All about the Shining Path and many more books, which we should have grabbed, but they don't grab at all. They're just ignoring all the books that they could be reading and researching on their way. Because I'm sure that there's long travel time and, a lot of free time where they can just read something while they're on their way. Alrighty. So now we're gonna start heading towards the battle of the area. So we're gonna go down here. The only sane person in this land is I keep calling him Orant, but it's actually Autrant, I think. Everyone else is really weird. They're all mages, so they're going to be that way. Pull the Ancients, Encyclopedia of Magic, and many more. I am Autrant. You wish to find the key to the cursed door before Cane of Runefaust. A legend tells that the pool of the Ancients is below. Legend tells that the pool of the Ancients below is tied in with the cursed door. To reach the pool, you first need the Orb of Light from the Cavern of Darkness. Defeat the monsters in the cavern, and the orb is yours. Then return to me. Max, enter the cavern and retrieve the Orb of Light. And, they have 3 eyes. Okay. I'm gonna trust the 3-eyed guy. The Cavern of Darkness lies beyond. Only the strongest survive its trials. It's not that bad. And this is where you'd go. There's obviously some water in there. So, Behold the dreaded Cavern of Darkness. You must defeat the monsters to gain the orb. More bats. Because that's what this game needed. We'll take a look around at this battlefield and we'll talk about Henry, and then I think we're going to cut this. But first, you do have a boss-like character. It's a skeleton. More attack and more defense. So even tougher than the zombies that you've been fighting, although they weren't that bad for me. Just know that Hans is, again, not going to do anything. Only 15 HP, though, so they're not too bad. So he'll move up to here to guard the chest, and then you've got this annoying set of 3 dark mages. However, they are in blaze formation, so, blaze to them, and then you should be able to kill them off with everybody else. But you have bats, you have still another 2 archers, a mage over here, and a couple of zombies. Which is perfect bait for Anri. So, Anri, again, is the Dead King's daughter. She is your second mage that you get, and she is the freeze type mage. So she's going to start off with Blaze. So you wouldn't know that before. She's going to start off with Blaze. She'll get Freeze. She'll get Blaze 2, and then she stops learning Blaze from then on, and then learns Freeze all the way up to level 4. And then she also learns Bolt, which makes her very useful. Unlike Teo, who only gets to use Blaze and then has a bunch of other status effect spells that really don't work. Anri's spell selection is really, really good, with the exception of the 4th spell, which is Muddle. Muddle's kind of useless. I've never found it to be good, but when you have Bolt 2, Blaze 2, and Freeze 4, you're doing pretty well. The good part about Freeze 2, but the good part about Freeze, besides the first iterations of the spell, is that it actually has a longer range. Blaze will only have a 2 to 3 range. No, sorry, a 2 range, a 1 to 2 range, whereas Anri will have a 2 to 3 range with her more powerful freeze spells and with Bolt. So she can reach out farther. The Bolt spells hit a bigger area and do a decent amount of damage. So Anri's very useful. Out of the 2 mages, Anri's a better mage, and you get her quick enough to be able to level her up. Although, compared to Teo, who's almost level 6, she is a little bit behind, but doesn't take too much to get her there. She's a mage. You'll protect her. She starts off with a power staff, and you can see a 16 attack, which is more than like Hans or Gong. Not up to par with Gort, but also a few levels behind. That's what a power staff does to your guys. Actually, it's more than May and Ken, at least with their spears, and May even on her their bronze lance. So She's very useful. She doesn't get the speed that Teo gets, but that's okay. She does get a decent amount of MP, especially in the very, very beginning. So she's overall very, very useful. Hold on a second, I gotta get to some of my other notes. Did they get to the mages yet? No, they haven't got. Again, I'm reading this. I'm basing a lot of my stuff off of Ski Soccer's game facts entry for characters, and there we go. And then my own personal experience. I really like Teo, but Anri is definitely superior in almost every single way. And her MP is just great. Her MP just boosts a huge amount, and she's able to cast all of her spells that cost a ton of mana in comparison. Really, Freeze doesn't cost that much more than Blaze, but when you start casting Bolt, it does. Bolt is really mana heavy, but you can work with that with Anri. She gets enough to be useful the entirety of the battle, with the exception of this very beginning area. So for her, I rate her a 5-star character. Absolutely one of the best. Great spell selection. Can't go wrong with using her. The only thing is, she's a mage, so she's squishy. So just keep her out of the front of the fight. Actually, to be honest, we're going to go back to her. She's really squishy. Like, really. Her defense is really low. I mean, Teo's isn't much better, but her HP doesn't get too much better. And actually, when you promote her, she is ridiculously low. She has a ridiculously low defense and ridiculously low HP. In comparison to Teo, where she kind of boosts up a bit more and is a little bit more tanky. So just keep her out of the front lines. That's the only reason, only thing to kind of put her down on. But in any case, I'm going to end this here since we're already an hour into this, and this will be a good start for the next time through. Go through and see what all these chests are about. But until then, my name's Magnus. Thanks for watching. Join me next time.